dare try give a recap for some inspiration? God, you guys are so
We found a shark.
You found a shark.
We found a shark. We went to town. We found a troll. We're showing that troll where to find a temple thing, I guess, or he's showing us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're following him.
That's pretty much it. Yep, you're heading to the Altar of Storms, as he has called it. You met a friendly troll called Maz-Aran. He's a jungle troll who told you he is a shaman, and he's investigating a strange magic and elemental imbalance in the Black Morass, which is the swamp that you find yourselves in. Before that, you headed to Rockard to meet the mayor there, and his name is...
I just know he was kind of mean.
He was kind of mean and very racist. Okay, that bottle just fell over. Faston. Faston is his name, and racism is his game. He's not a fan of the troll, and he's not a fan of you. But right now, you guys have journeyed off, as I said, to the Altar of Storms, which is less than a day's walk away from Rockard. And it is actually also on the path towards Karazhan, which is, as far as I am aware, still your next goal after you've finished up with Rockard, but that is obviously up to you. Okay, so we'll jump straight in. Maz-Aran has been leading you through the swamp towards the place known as the Altar of Storms. He is quite a chatty guy, so as you've been traveling, he's asked you questions or just told you about his life down in a place called Stranglethorn Vale, or the Stranglethorn Jungle, as it is known fully. He hasn't been particularly forthcoming about any specific information about jungle trolls and their society. All he has really ever explained is obviously that the Alliance are not keen on anything that is not either a human, a dwarf, or an elf in some shape or form. As I explained last session as well, the current Alliance is made up of humans, dwarves, and high elves. Gnomes are not in part of the Alliance, but they are obviously allied with dwarves, so they're sort of as part of the Alliance as they can be without actually being part of the Alliance. But moving swiftly on with all that nonsense, you do arrive at the Altar of Storms, and as I said, this area of the Black Morass is right on the edge of the Red Ridge Range, which is a series of mountains that goes pretty much from the as south as you can get in the Black Morass and goes north all the way up to Khazmodan, which you'll know is the home of the dwarves, but you as Murlocs will know none of this. I'm just explaining it because it sounds cool. So it's less swampy and more dirt path or just kind of dead land. Well, not dead, but less vegetation anyway. The Altar of Storms is sort of located in this right at the edge of the Black Morass on that swampy bit, and it is pretty much a 4 large rock pillars with various runes, elven runes, carved into it. It's about, let's say, 40 meters by 40 meters, pretty much, in a circular form. And in the center is a dais of sorts, again with various runes carved into it. It looks like the dais used to house something, but obviously you'd have to have a bit more of a detailed investigation in order to figure out what that might have been. The whole ruin is a ruin, as conveniently. It's not something that the humans of the Black Morass ever go to. Clearly, it's not a place of worship anymore. It may have been in the past, but it is just sort of sitting dormant and looking out over the Black Morass. And Mazaran obviously explains most of this when you arrive. And he turns to Bjerga, and again, I do apologise, but trolls talk with a Jamaican accent, so it's just going to have to happen. He looks at Bjerga and just says, I can tell you have a connection to the elemental plane in the same way that I do. Would you be able to assist me in my ritual?
If you show me how, yes.
Of course, no problem. The others, I would advise being watchful. The elements are not exactly friendly all the time. So if there's a negative reaction, I'm gonna need you to work your magic, as it were. Understand?
Oh, God, you don't do no magic. He hit chop things. No magic, though.
Mazaran laughs and simply says, well, you stick to your specialties. That's absolutely fine. Clearly,
I am perfectly fine. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. It's fine.
I am perfectly fine staying out of the way of things I don't understand.
That's absolutely fine. Just keep that bow at your side, eh? And he gently leans down and gently pats Snaggle on the head, and then proceeds to walk into the ruin. So, Bjerga, I assume you follow him, yeah?
Yes.
How does everyone else react then to this place? Like, where are you positioning yourselves?
I'll make sure that my little bauble is glowing as bright as it can as we go in.
Always helpful.
I think Wormgle's gonna be in the back. She was told to stay out of the way, and she will.
Good.
I'll just sort of plod on behind him.
Okay, cool. So, Giblig is like entering the ruin, as it were.
Yeah.
Just give me a moment while I do a thing that I should have already done.
I have a feeling since Snaggle's kind of stupid, he'd probably stay with me too.
Yeah, Snaggle pretty much just follows you wherever you go.
He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
He's not the brightest bulb, but
No, Snaggle has an intelligence of 1. He
means well.
He wouldn't even be considered a bulb. He's an unlit torch. All we know is he tries. Alright, let me just...
He tries. And he bites.
He nom and he glom. You know, he does Snaggle things. Why is this not letting me select it? This is really unhelpful. Nope, now it's selecting everything. Ah! Why is technology the way it is? Or better yet,
Microsoft. I blame it on Microsoft.
yeah, just blame everything on Microsoft. I think that's a wise.
Did you hear we're getting a Windows 11?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, my computer can't run it.
Oh damn.
I haven't looked into it. I just heard that it's existing.
I'm sure it will be just as useless as every Windows update. I very rarely notice any of them and like what they do.
It's mostly just it looks different, and then you
Yeah,
get over it.
it's like, oh, it looks slightly nicer. And that's it.
I have a 7th gen processor and it requires an 8th gen, so I'm perfectly content with this because the taskbar is centered.
Ugh.
Yeah.
me and Jay have the exact same reactions. No,
Yeah.
don't like.
Neither did I. It looks like a tablet interface. It's like what they did with Windows 8.
Yeah, Windows 8's got or Windows 10 is very like, you can tell they want to have like a universal look for all of their things, including including like tablets and stuff, which I'd never understand. It's like tablets are not PCs, so don't treat them like them. But whatever.
I just know that whatever like cosmetic updates there may be, there will be a whole bunch of other security things I need to turn off that I don't like.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even know what generation my processor is. I need to upgrade it at some point though.
They're just gonna be in there getting all my data, and I'll be like, no thank you.
Yeah. Do you know, I never got a token for Maz Aran. I should do that. Give me 2 seconds to do that. Oh, crap.
Does Mazaran have any weapons on him?
Nope.
Dang it. Okay.
He is, for all intents and purposes, not a fighter.
Okay.
In any...
Well, I was just
could
curious if he had a way
probably-
to defend himself more
He
than.
could probably use the elements if he had to.
Okay.
I don't actually know that. I'm just guessing.
That's fine. Oh yeah, that web image problem. I love that. That's so helpful. Yeah.
Oh, the web BP or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It raises your blood pressure.
Do you know, every piece of technology raises my blood pressure. Because I am...
That's why I like print screen.
It's just the way the token maker thing works is how'd you say it? Not helpful.
Oh, I'm seeing some pictures. You can uncenter the taskbar, it looks like. I'm seeing some pictures where it's on the left, so.
Okay.
That's not too bad then.
That's a good thing.
Most
Nice.
pictures are in the center, but because this one's on the left, I'm assuming that you can do it somehow.
Hmm.
Someone will figure out how to give us a start menu back. They always do.
Well, this picture looks like it has a start menu and it's on the left, so I guess it's in there.
Should be this one. Yep, there you go. And those nice pink lips.
Oh, he a pretty boy.
Yeah, pretty boy. You got a
I
pretty
think he's
man.
prettier than me.
He's not prettier than Ghibli though. That's the law. Yeah, so if you guys want to position yourself along the across the board, where you think your character would be in this situation, that's absolutely fine.
Where's Snaggle gonna be? Because I feel like Globby is gonna be standing next to him.
Globby
I'd
likes
be near the-
Snaggle. Have I got my copy of this? Okay, cool. Right, is everyone happy with where they are?
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, so Mazaran is going to place his hands on the dais and instruct Bjerga to do the same.
Okay. I'll place my webby little hands on the dais.
And he's basically, without exactly explaining how to do it, just going to start, his hands will gently start to glow as he guides you on a sort of spiritual level of how to connect with the elements of Azeroth. From outsiders looking in, it pretty much just looks like they're meditating, but slowly just gonna turn the music down a little actually because it's getting in my ears. You'll start to hear the wind pick up and almost encircle the altar of storms, blowing various leaves and swamp debris around. Even though there's no significant water nearby, you can suddenly start to hear the crashing of waves and the flow of a river. And again, with the ground itself, it will just start to gently thrum with energy. And
Global vibrator.
And then the dais itself a fire will spring up just at the edge of your fingertips, just close enough that you can feel the heat without burning. And this fire will build and build and build until it is just a pillar of flame that can probably be seen for miles at this point. And you will all hear the deep, booming voice come from the fire, simply saying, "Insects, you dare trifle with the element of fire. Fire will dominate all for the sake of the old gods, for the sake of the Fire Lord. I will turn this pitiful swamp into a blasted lands, so that the element of fire may roam free across Azeroth." And Mazaran will seem to be completely lost in the trance. His eyes are closed, and he is beginning to sweat profusely, which is sort of understandable because there's a giant pillar of flame. And I'm going to ask you all to roll your initiatives. We're going straight into it.
Ooh.
We are going to fight fire.
Yes, you are. Literally.
Not with
fire.
Not with more fire, though. I don't think any of us can do that.
Nope.
I can do holy fire. Doesn't do fire damage though. Does radiant.
Good, because it's a fire elemental. It will be very immune to fire damage.
How does it react to water, out of curiosity?
You'll find out.
Okay, I definitely will.
What was your question, Ghibli?
It's saying I haven't selected a valid token, but I'm rolling initiative.
Click on your token.
I don't know what that means. Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
have
forgot
to
before I
select it
did
and then
mine.
roll it.
It's a good roll. It's fine though. I got it again.
All right.
And
let
then
me roll.
Snaggle, I'll roll initiative. There you go.
Yep. 2.
Snaggle slow.
Snaggle waddle. Roll D20 plus 3. Add to 10, because I don't do things the sensible way. Alright, descending. Fantastic. So, as I said, the element of this huge fire elemental will spew from the dais itself. You have 2 objectives in this fight. Protect Mazaran and destroy the fire elemental, or in some way sever the fire elemental's connection to the elemental plane. Okay? So, Bjerge, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to try to back off first, since I have 20 feet of land movement. 5, 10, 15,
Cowards,
20.
all of you.
You'd
He
think.
backed up.
I back up and cast that. Make a giant rain cloud. 30 foot squared on top of him.
Okay. So,
Nice.
you create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container.
Alternatively, the water falls in a rain in a 30-foot cube.
Ah, okay, yeah. So, how long does this rain last?
That I don't know. All I know about the spell is. how
Okay,
long
so
does Grail-
because of the essentially once you try to create water and essentially create one of the elements of Azeroth, you notice a stronger connection. So instead of just creating this one-time drop of like burst of rain, you have now essentially summoned a rainstorm in this 30-foot range around you. So 30. Did it say 30 foot? Yeah, with it.
I'd be trying to center it around the fire elemental.
Waterfalls as a rain in a 30-foot cube within range. Okay, so do you want to draw that 30-foot cube?
Yeah.
So you can decide where it is.
So that's 15. Just a second, I have to.
Yeah, no worries.
That's gonna be 6 squares, right?
Mm-hmm.
My cat is on my desk. He's come to join the fight.
Make sure his fur doesn't get singed.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since I'm probably a bad aim, there we go. That looks like it's about right.
Okay. And that's where you want it, yeah? Just to confirm.
Yeah, that works.
Cool. I will put this on the map layer so that I don't accidentally select it. So what you've basically done is now at the beginning of the fire elemental's turn, it will take 2 cold damage at the beginning and
Sweet.
end of its turn. So it will.
As long as it stays in there.
Mhm. As long as it's in the square, it will start and end its turn by taking 2 damage.
And that will be my entire turn.
Okie dokie. Globby, what do?
Okay. Bobby, hearing that apparently we're all cowards, will anger him, and he's going to rage.
Oh, Globby mad.
Globby, no. Globby's going to beat you up. And he's going to charge it towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to take a swing with his axe.
Go for it, my dude.
And... No, not just yet. Yeah, just a swing. Ooh, that's for a 10. So, though, I don't think that hits.
Yep, that is a miss. Is there anything else
No
Globby
problem.
would like to do?
No, that's his bonus action. That's his action. So, yeah, that is me done.
Mm-hmm. Realized we have one other issue that I need to fix. Mouse run. Okay, you now should see a health bar on Mazaran and his nameplate. That should appear. Let me see. Yeah, cool. And Wormgold, go you!
Can you shoot an arrow at fire? Let's find out. Oh, and there's somebody nearby, so it can be sneak attack.
Mm. Yep, so a 24 is definitely going to hit. So is that a 5 and a 9 damage?
Yes.
Right, okay, so he takes that much. Boop. Alright, anything else?
No, I think I'm good. I don't see any need to move.
Okay, so the fire elemental will begin its inevitable assault by taking 2 damage. Okay, so it is going to make 2 melee attacks, one on Globby Chop Chop and the other on Mazaran. Okay. Roll. Oh wait, hold on. 2d1 plus 3. Writing is helpful. Well, I assume a 7 misses on both of you.
Yes!
So yeah, the fire elemental will move here and end its turn by taking 2 damage. Alright, Giblig, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab it.
Yeah!
I gotta
That was
go
bad.
forward 2. Wait, no, I can attack from there, can't I?
Yep, because you have 10-foot reach.
Nice. Stab it.
Roll it.
It is a +2. Hey.
A 19 will hit. Roll damage. Nine damage.
Nice.
Are you factoring in your +1 piercing damage from the tooth? That you
I am
apply?
not.
Ah, I will add that 1 more damage. Okay. Snaggle, you're up.
Let's see. He has 20 feet of movement above ground. Oh, I can't move him. Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong thing. Oopsie. Sorry.
That's alright.
I was on the wrong menu item.
So good.
5, 10, 15, 20. So I think he has flanking there, right?
Yep.
He's gonna bite. He's gonna chompy chomp.
Okay, roll it. Why is... Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. I was thinking that. Why is he rolling with advantage? And 18 will hit. And yep, 5 piercing damage to the fire elemental. You guys are chonking through this guy.
He won't latch on. He won't try to latch on or anything. He's just gonna stay there.
For reference, this thing is immune to grapples, so...
Okay. Basically, he'd try to just jump and go through the fire.
Yep.
Okay.
How it does damage to this thing, no one knows. Bjorga,
Don't worry about it.
don't ask questions. Just keep eating.
I will run this way. That's my full movement.
Oh.
And I will cast just a Sacred Flame at the fire guy.
Okay, dexterity save. Well, it got a nat 20 on its save, so I think it's gonna save.
The flame just kind of like skips off of it. Like groovy.
Anything else, Bjorga?
Nope. Nothing
All right.
else I can do.
Glob glob.
Hold up.
Keep in mind you've got
Seeing-
flanking now as well.
Yes, seeing Snaggle go around. Oh, Snaggle, don't kill it. Oh. And then they're gonna take a swipe.
Alright, go for it.
With advantage. So let's do this.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, good lord.
dun. Those are
Don't you
unfortunate.
love the algorithm?
Those are unfortunately misses. Is there anything else Globby would like to try and do?
The rain is distracting me.
You're from the water.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, Wormgul, you're up.
Pew, 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 pew. That's what a bow sounds like.
Yep, exactly that. A 16 will hit, so that is 12 damage on this guy. God damn.
Rogues do good damage when their teammates are nearby.
Rogue, as the band once said, rogues do it from behind. And anything else, Wormgul?
I don't think so. I
I
think
thought that were bards.
It's level 80 elite Tauren chieftain song. Rogues do it from behind.
Ah, right, okay.
They also did the song "I Am Murloc," which is probably one of the best metal songs I've ever heard.
Appropriate.
Yes. Sorry, Wormgul, did you say you were doing anything else?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. So the fire elemental will once again swipe its fiery hands. 2d20s plus 3. One at Mazaran and one at Globby. Okay, so that is a 14 on Globby and a 17 on Mazaran, which I will say does hit. Yep.
They
Okay.
do hit. Yes.
So that is. I'm staring right at the number and I'm just not processing it in my head. Okay, so we'll do Globby's damage first. Nice, near minimum damage of 5.
Reduced to 2.
Because
I'm raging.
And is that all damage sources?
It's piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing.
Right, this is fire damage.
Then I take the full brunt of it.
Yep. So that's 5 damage, and until you take an action to douse the fire, you take 3 fire damage at the start of each of your turns.
Noted.
And then we will roll the damage on Mazaran.
How many turns would it take for the rain to put it out?
A while.
Because elemental fire.
Yep, magic fire. And 9 damage on Mazaran. There you go.
Ouch.
So what that does is it reduces Mazaran's connection to the elements, which then, as you can see, as he fucking lights on fire, the whole area seems to judder and shake, as if the whole world is moving, and the fire elemental literally grows in size, and we will see how much that invigorates him. Oh, that's not a command. There you go. Plus 7 health to the fire elemental. Alright. Giblig, you're up.
Yeah. How far can I move in a turn?
How far can the fire elemental move, or you?
Me.
Your speed should be the same as Wormgull's, because I have forgotten.
It's 25.
Thought so. 25. You can move 25, so that's 5 squares. I also forgot to take the 4 damage on the fire elemental, so I've just done that.
Can I move diagonally like that as 1, or does it have to be 2? Like
that's
that?
1. Yeah, no. Diagonally is one square.
Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3.
Right, keep in mind if you move from where's that magic ruler thing? From here to here, you will take an opportunity attack from the fire elemental.
Oh, from there to there.
Yeah, because you this square is adjacent.
Oh,
so
okay.
You'd be moving in and out of its tackle zone, so that's why you take an opportunity.
Right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll stay there, and then I'll stab it from here.
All right, roll it. All right, that's a hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Uh.
2 damage. Anything else?
Nope. No, I think that's it.
Snaggle.
Snaggles, snarls, and bite.
Nom nom nom.
Oh,
damn,
nice.
Has 1d8. Has that damage factored in the crit?
Yeah, it has.
Oh, cool. So that's 13. I can count, guys. It's that much. All right. Anything else from Snaggle?
Snarl, snarl. Stay put.
Bjerga.
I... Double checking what I have. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to move straight up to him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, I'll leave the troll alone, and I will smack him with my mace.
The fire elemental, not the troll, I assume.
Yeah, the fire elemental.
Okay. A 9 will miss.
That was not as glorious as I hoped.
Mm. All right,
And
Globby. Oh, sorry, yeah.
I think that
Yoga.
I need to check if something can be used as a bonus action real quick.
Okay, no worries.
Nope, it's one action. I
Aye.
can't do anything else.
Globby, take 3 fire damage.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be. So you say it's an action to pad it out. Is that right?
Yep. I will allow you, just because I'm not a huge dick, to use your movement action to douse the flame, in the sense of like you roll on the ground.
And does that? Oh, okay. So would I be able to do that and use my action to attack, or?
Yeah, you'd be good. You'd be fine with that.
Okay, yeah. Then I will absolutely do that. So like, and just like drop. There. Well, what is it? Stop, drop, and roll. That's the one.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Argh." And then like as he rolls back and forth, he like kind of uses the momentum to like spin, and then like come down with his axe.
He has learned the barbarian spin attack.
The barbarian spin attack, the one that never misses, which we'll
Murloc
find out.
whirlwind.
Yeah. So let's find out if this ultimate attack.
7 initiative.
Oops, wrong button. That's an 18.
That is a hit.
Lovely. Okay. So I need to add +2 to this because I'm raging.
Okay.
So that's 10. So 12 points of slashing damage.
Cool. All right. Anything else from Globby?
I've got anything bonusy that I can do? No, I think that's all she wrote. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Okay. I think I've told John this story before, but I once set myself on fire. That was a good day. I was very proud of myself.
What you mean in real life or in game?
No, in real life. I just set my shirt on fire once. And I didn't notice for a few seconds, and I was like, why does my side hurt? And then I looked and saw that my shirt was on fire and panicked and patted it out. Luckily, there were no burns or anything like that. Just a bruised ego, because it made me realize I'm an idiot.
It's a good story for the children.
Yes. Listen, children, your father once set himself on fire. It's like, we've lost all respect for you, Dad. It's just like, oh, no.
Please.
No. Wormgoal!
He dropped those fire beats.
Wormgoal has a bow, and she is relatively adept at using it.
Damn. Nice. Wait, so that's it. Oh, a 15. I was looking at the numbers then, because I was like, it's a 20. Why isn't it green? And then that's why. 8 damage! Alright, anything else?
I'm fine. I don't really have any bonus actions except for moving around, and that would only if I was in melee, but like, I'm fine back here.
I like how Wormgoal is now the only one not in the rain cloud as well. She's just like, no, I'm good. And it's,
I don't like water.
No, water bad. Alright, it is now once again the Fire Elemental's turn. And he is going to dedicate both of his attacks to Mazaran this time.
God damn it, I can't do anything about it.
Alright, well, one of those was a nat 1, but the other was a fucking 18. So that one's going to do some damage. do. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. And just because Mazaran doesn't have an actual turn, let's take away that 3 damage for being on fire. And that will once again weaken the elemental connection just that little bit more. So let's find out. Five. All right, Giblig, you're up.
Yeah. I'm gonna move again. Can I actually move out of this box?
Yeah, it's just rain.
Sweet.
It's just rain.
1, 2, 3. I'll move there. Can I grab his attention away from everyone else?
How would you go about doing that?
I don't know. What offends giant fire monsters?
Your mother was a campfire.
Well, you can use one of your skills, things like deception, intimidation, persuasion.
Oh, and if you attack, you have advantage now because I'm across from you.
Does he still get flanking when he's got 10 feet of reach?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see why
I
not.
think it's as long as they're both sides of it.
Yeah, within melee range, essentially, and it is within melee range.
I'm gonna... What skill did I take for... Oh no, that's vampire. Oh, you do that, not here. I was like, what performance skill did I take?
Suck his blood.
No, I was my character in vampire took shadow puppets.
Oh
I
yeah.
was gonna see. I was gonna see if I could, but I realized I don't have that.
Really good at shadow puppets.
Yeah. Damn, I don't really know how to talk to a giant ball of flame, funnily enough.
Well, you've heard that it speaks your language.
True. Lou. I'm gonna call him names.
And what skill are you going to use for this?
I'm gonna go with intimidation.
Oh, trying to intimidate fire. I know the feeling well. That was my... Okay, so what does Giblig actually say in this 4 intimidation?
Your fire is below average, you bitch. That sounds like a 4 on intimidation.
Yep. Alright,
and does that use my attack?
No, it's a bonus action to use a skill.
Okay. So, okay, I'm just gonna shank him then.
Alright. Shank him with your spear.
Do I get advantage?
Yep. It's your flanking. Nice!
Nice.
Holy butts.
Alright, so that's
Tasty.
2 d12s to roll. Your damage is a d12, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
There you go. Right, roll 2 d12s and add your strength modifier. Damn!
Yeah.
You give it a smack.
I was annoyed at its lack of reaction to me calling it a bitch.
Alright. And Snaggle.
Snaggle does like the grunting equivalent of what Giblig says and bites again.
Nice.
He just like in whatever tongue he can.
Snaggle has learned a new word, and it is bitch. A 9 will miss.
You get advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot to turn on advantage. I'll just roll it again. There we go.
And a 13 is just enough to hit.
Hey!
Globby saving the day.
Mm.
Alright, give it a nibble.
You want me to just take 3 piercing or?
It's 1d8
Okay, I'll do 1d8 plus 4.
plus 2 piercing damage.
There we go.
Nice. I almost just took away 11 health then because I know how to count. Alright, Bjerga, you're up.
Seeing Mazaran down, can I use my bonus action to pat out the fire on him?
Yeah,
And then I'll cast Cure Wounds on him while I'm doing so.
go for it.
Let's see. And it's going to be +3 on this as well.
Okie dokie.
So 12.
Nice. Mazaran has regained his composure and this allows him to strengthen the connection he has to the elements. All right. Anything else from
I am
Bjerga?
out of actions, unless I want to get hit.
Globby.
Globby is gonna rinse and repeat. He knows what he likes to do, so he's gonna choppy choppy.
13 will hit.
And that hits, right?
Yep.
Sweet. So, don't know why it's done that again. Just doing it again. Okay, I'm just
I
gonna
think it's
roll
like
it.
1d10 plus strength or something like that.
It's 1d12 plus 6 because of the rage. So, 13.
13! And with that, the mighty swipe of Globby's axe cleaves fire in two somehow. No one understands, but we're okay with it. I also realize that highlighting this thing red doesn't really change much.
It's his second form.
So let me... There it is. There's the dead marker. Alright! So the fire elemental lets out a bellowing roar as the Altar of Storms itself begins to shudder and collapse. The 4 pillars begin to crumble and fall down, and the raging torrent of wind around the Altar of Storms grows and grows and grows. And you see little flecks of flame build in that torrent of wind as suddenly the entire Altar of Storms is engulfed in a tornado of fire. And when it dissipates, you notice that you are no longer in the Black Morass. You are no longer in the same Altar of Storms. You are in a strange, parallel version of a plane of simply... Thank you, Tavern Keeper. Of barren rock and flame. And you find yourself in the elemental plane of fire. But that is still the end of combat, despite your fun teleportation. So that is 450 XP, split between the 4 of you. I can do maths, which is why I have a calculator. Divided by 4 is 112 XP.
Yay!
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 But yep, you find yourself in this strange elemental plane of fire. Mazaran has collapsed from the exertion of what you can only assume is making sure you all didn't just get burst into flames the moment you arrived. You guys now have the wheel. What do you guys do?
Well, first I'll pet Snaggle and give him a little piece of jerky.
Snaggle
he was
is
a
pleased.
good boy.
Snaggle wolfs down the jerky, or I should say sharks down the jerky. Don't worry, I'll see myself out.
No.
Globby.
Swimmingly.
What was that, Globby?
Globby. Sorry, Globby's fault. He hits too hard and we go boof. I'm sorry.
It's excellent.
Sometimes he does not know his own strength.
So Globby thinks that he hit the fire elemental so hard he created a new dimension.
Yeah, pretty much. He's not very smart, so that's what he thinks.
I'm cool with that.
So the altar is still physically there, though, right?
Yep, this is... you saw the Altar of Storms back in the Black Morass start to break and the pillars crumble. This is a sort of fully formed altar. So this is what the Altar of Storms probably looked like before it fell into disrepair. So instead of 4 pillars, it's 4 arches that surround this dais. And obviously it's a lot tidier and not in disrepair. In the center of the dais, you can see this pretty small. It's about, the size of like your fist, if not slightly bigger, because Murloc fists are small. Floating red crystal, very, very shiny, but it's not like cleanly cut. It looks like it is just raw crystal that's been pulled out of the ground, and it is just floating gently above the dais.
Can I go touch the altar, kind of like how Mazaran was showing me to?
Yes, so you want to try and, establish an elemental connection?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Give me... it's element, so give me a nature check. Or a arcana check if you want.
Oh, both are equally terrible.
19, though. So
that's from a nat 20.
Yeah, that's a nat 20, so it doesn't really matter about the -1. That is a nat 20. So you guys all watch Bjerge walk up to the dais and gently place his hands on the dais. You can immediately hear the sound and smell searing flesh as Bjerge's hands burn at the touch of the dais, but his eyes briefly glow a brilliant orange and red as they fill with fire. And Bjerge, you learn what I have essentially told you, that you guys are in the elemental plane of fire. This is one of the many places ruled by the Fire Lord Ragnaros. But you can sense something more than the elements here. There is an ancient and old corruption that has taken hold of the element of fire. And you can tell that is what Mazaran was sensing. It is not just that the element of fire is stronger here at the Altar of Storms than it should be. It is that something unnatural has happened to the elemental of fire to send it into this frenzy. You can feel the turmoil and the just unabashed rage of every fire elemental in the area. But eventually that connection becomes too strenuous to keep, and you essentially fly. Your hands fly away from the dais, and they are, as it would seem, burned. You now have some impressive burn scars on your fishy flesh.
You burned fish.
Mm-hmm.
I relay that as best as Bjerge can to the rest of them. That something is indeed wrong here.
We're down, Jay.
Oh, fuck. That's not good.
Oh, she's back.
Welcome back. How much did you miss?
I think a lot. I don't know. My cat turned off my computer.
Oh, God. Where did we last lose you, then? can sum up. Jay? Oh god.
Her cat really doesn't want to
Yeah,
join in.
Kat's like unplugged her microphone now and unplugged her headphones. Just like, no! Pay attention to only me! Right, I'm just gonna get a glass of water while she comes back. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. So I take it we're gonna have to clean the flame.
We could murder them all, so we just murdered one.
Yeah. Just go on a killing spree in the plane of fire. You darn space eaters. I mean, we are water people.
I return.
Hello.
Is she back?
Welcome back.
Mm.
Haven't heard anything yet.
Oh god. Great. I'll send her a message, see what's going on.
Hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, she's replying. Oh, this was an internet connection, she says.
Ah.
Perfect timing, really. You know, it's just everything happens at once.
No, stop.
Is Lou being a bitch?
Yeah, I think he wants to go out.
It's alright.
Fucking deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's being a turd. I'm gonna do what he wants when he's being a turd.
Ah, yes.
No, yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm calling you a turd.
Well, while Jay reconnects, if you guys want to go have a break, get some water, get a drink or whatever, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I will see if he just wants food.
I'll be right back.
No worries.
Doggy.
I need to create a scene that's like a "we'll be right back" kind of thing for this.
Yeah, that one was internet connection. I could hear you guys for a little bit, and I was trying to respond.
Yeah. No worries. It's you know, it happens. Folk are just getting like drinks and snacks and stuff, so they'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I don't have an Ethernet cable long enough to go to my computer because the router's in another room. So I have a Wi-Fi adapter, and it's not good.
You can get Ethernets that go through your mains, so it's like a plug. You plug it into the wall, and then you plug the Ethernet cable into the computer, and then just you have another plug that then plugs into near the router. It's what I have because I don't have an Ethernet cable long enough, but I don't trust Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'll see if I can look into that, figure out how that works.
Oh, I mean, they're super easy. You know, I think you can get them pretty cheap. I got expensive ones the second time I got some just because I was having problems with my internet still, and I didn't know if it was that was causing the issue. But yeah, they're pretty good. I've used them pretty much exclusively for past like umpteen years because yeah, they work pretty well. Excuse me. Fucking hell. Out of curiosity, I googled the first edition character sheets for D&D, and they are so basic compared to like what they are now. There's like
Let me see.
there's just like nothing on them basically. It doesn't even ask your race. What?
At your abilities. Oh, saving throws are interesting.
I return.
Poison or death ray.
What
Welcome back.
is a death ray?
Yeah, and why are poison saving throws the same as death ray?
And just come back to people talking about death rays. Oh my god.
Yes, yeah. We're talking about the first edition.
Yeah, I leveled hard while you were gone.
Yeah. We were talking about the first edition D&D character sheets, and they are so incredibly basic, but one of the things they have is just on the right is like saving throws, and the first one is poison or death ray. And I feel like those shouldn't be the same saving throw. Crazy thing is, then you look at the advanced D&D character sheets, and they're more complicated than what we have now.
Yeah, first AD&D was crazy.
Right, is everyone back? We got Globby as well.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. We can continue then. Right, so Jay, where did we lose you?
I think it was like just after I know we got transported into the realm, and I'm pretty sure you lost me right after. Like, so what do you do?
All right, okay, that's convenient. So Björger established an elemental connection with the dais, and basically found out all the information that I'd basically already said, but in character. That this is the elemental plane of fire, and that beyond this being the elemental plane of fire, there is some kind of corruption or madness that is infected the element of fire. So yeah, that's the long and the short of it. The Altar of Storms, or the altar that you find yourselves in, is one that is not in disrepair. It's 4 arches instead of just 4 pillars. In the center of the dais is a small floating crystal that's about the size of your fist, and it is an uncut kind of gem. So this is like a crystal that's just been pulled out of the ground. It's not like perfectly cut or anything like that. And when Björger established the connection, he burnt his hands.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Burnt Bjorga.
And also Globby thought that he hit this thing with his axe so powerfully that he transported you all to a different dimension.
Oh.
Enjoy.
An interesting theory.
It's logical from a Murlocs point of view, I think.
From a Globby perspective.
From a Globby's perspective, absolutely.
All right, guys. What do you do?
I'm gonna check that Mazaron's still breathing.
Yeah, he's just it just looks like he was knocked for a loop, essentially. So he's just knocked out temporarily.
So he's not conscious yet.
No, he's knocked out.
Alright, are we still in the temple thingy?
Yes. Just
Alright,
one in the elemental plane of fire.
Can I look outside and see what's what?
Yeah, it is essentially a endless expanse of crag rocks, lava, and fire. So big, just random burning, just large fires burning for no apparent reason. Volcanoes off in the distance, and a smog-filled sky.
Is there anything like living, moving?
Not that you can see.
Ah. Well, that looks pretty terrifying. I'm gonna go back inside.
What? The altar that you're in, it's not. There's no walls. You can see from.
Yeah, I'm like, where is inside?
Oh, okay, I'll try to
More of a large stone platform.
Shit, I don't know. Is there any like obvious markings around?
Obvious markings in what sense? Like landmarks?
Yeah, like hills, temples, large giants that are suspiciously still, that sort of thing.
Well, there's the volcanoes that I mentioned. If you give me a perception check, I will tell you if you see anything more than that.
Perception. Perception. Yay.
17. Yep, you can see far off in the distance. It's hard to gauge exactly how far it is, with obviously the landscape as it is. But there is a temple of sorts.
Okay. So, where do we go from here? Everyone.
And my vision did not give me any indicator of like where the king of this realm was.
No.
The Ragnus.
No, it did not give you an indication. The elemental plane of fire is to some degree endless. The way what you learn essentially is that the size of the elemental plane is dictated by the power of the element itself, and the elements are constantly at war. So the sizes of their planes is constantly changing as they take different territories or gain more worshippers and that kind of thing. So the elemental lord could be anywhere. He could, in theory, not be in the elemental plane. He could be on Azeroth somewhere if he so chose.
Okay. I'm gonna try touching the actual stone.
As in the crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what it does if I poke it.
It sort of wobbles, like floating a little, just like wobbles and then continues to float and spin.
Does it feel warm?
Yes.
Or anything? Okay.
Everything here feels warm.
Trying to think.
Uh,
Anyone have any ideas?
There's a giant fuck off temple over yonder. We could go look at that.
The giant fuck off temple seems like a good idea.
Well, I mean, it's either that or go talk to fire for a while. Although any of that fire could be alive, so we probably shouldn't.
I don't want to anger the fire.
What do we do with him? And he points at Mazaron, unconscious on the ground.
We can't carry him. He's too big.
We could.
I mean, a good try. We were Snaggy and me could pick him.
Basically, Snaggle prop him up on Snaggle and have you support him to keep him from falling off? Snaggle strong enough for that, do we think?
With the combined effort of Snaggle and Globby, could probably pick him up, yeah.
I'm gonna try to show Globby, like, it's okay, and try to, like, start helping them get Mazaran on Snaggle.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna show Snaggle, not Globby.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
The names are...
It's a bit awkward because Mazaran is an extremely tall, gangly troll, so there's a lot of limbs. But yeah, you managed to sort of prop him up on Snaggle and over Globby's shoulders so that you can move him with ease.
Okay, I guess off to the temple then. Unless anyone's opposed.
As long as we don't touch anything.
I think that's a
I
solid
can't lie.
Giblig will touch. Okay, yep, so you guys set off to, or start walking towards the temple, and you immediately notice that as you're walking, it's not clear if you're actually traveling anywhere. It's not like you're walking in place, but your perceptions are sort of constantly changing because this is very clearly not a land for the living. So sometimes the temple seems really far away, sometimes it seems a lot closer, and time is so impossible to gauge that you don't know if you've been walking for several hours or several days at this point. But eventually, the temple, or it might be better described as a cathedral or castle at this point, looms into view, and you find yourselves at the giant metal gates of the temple itself. It is impossibly tall. It is surrounded by a moat of lava, and you crossed the seemingly ancient drawbridge to get to the massive front doors. And yeah, you find yourself in front of these giant doors. There are no guards, no angry firemen trying to murder you. You seem alone in this plane.
Look around for a way in.
The door you're in front of.
Are we physically able to open it though?
Can I knock?
Does Giblig knock?
The Giblig knocks.
It's like knocking on giant metal doors, funnily enough. It echoes and resounds across the metal. There seems to be no activity for a short period, and then the doors slowly begin to open inward, revealing a long corridor with giant pillars that go off into the darkness of the roof. And again, you continue to seem alone in this temple and this plane.
That looks good. Mysterious doors opening is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the long, expansive corridor, you can see a very faint glow coming from a actually normally sized archway.
Huh. What?
Normal for us or normal for not short people?
Normal
Does
for
it
not
look like-
short people.
Why is it glowing? Does it like look like a portal or something, or?
Oh, as glowing as in there's like a faint light coming from the room on the other side.
Well, that seems like a clue. Hopefully there's nothing dangerous in there.
A clue, Sherlock.
I'm gonna try to just move inside the door,
Mm-hmm.
but not all the way down the hallway.
Yeah, that's fine. When you enter, you actually notice that it is incredibly cold inside the actual temple. Like the metal floors are almost icy to walk on. and your breath immediately comes out as mist in front of you.
That's not good. I say, making my mist breath very pronounced.
Snaggle seems to love it.
Yeah. I'll scritch him a little bit.
Do we like sense any like presences here? Any like people, elementals, or is it just cold?
It is just cold. Again, the long walk to the temple, you saw no activity. And as I said, there was no guards at the temple, and there seems to be no guards within the temple. You seem completely alone.
Do we hear anything?
You can hear sort of a general din coming from that room far off in the distance, but it's so like distant that it's hard to discern any kind of actual noise.
Right.
You can just hear, generic noise, as it were.
Where does the corridor lead?
There are the corridor is. This would be a corridor to a giant. So to you, this is just a giant amphitheater, essentially. There are multiple corridors between all of the pillars, leading to various places that you do not know yet. So you essentially have hundreds of options as to where to go. There's even spiraling stairs that seem to disappear up into the darkness.
But this one door is the only one that's like normal size.
One door is normal sized, and it is the only door with seemingly anything going on the other side of it.
I don't like that, but I also think we have to find out. Can I do a perception check just to make like? Oh, somebody already did one. I see it in the chat now. Never mind.
That was a while ago, so.
Oh, I just, want to see if I can sense anything else behind the door besides cold.
Yeah, sure, roll it.
Oh. She doesn't.
There is the light coming from the door, and that when you actually take the opportunity to stop and actually listen, it sounds like breathing coming from the other end. Like this just vast wind going one way and then going the other way.
I've probably tried this a few times, but can I try waking up Mazaran, or is he just completely out?
You can try wake him up. Give me a medicine check. Well, that's a crit. So, how does Bjerga wake him up? Good,
incense. Because he's a. I have some sticks of incense. I'll burn one of them and be like waving it under his nose.
Yeah, he awakens with a start. Again, even in this cold hallway, he's sweating and panicked, and looks around, and just says to himself, "Oh no."
What happened, Mazaran? You were unconscious.
The connection. When you beat the fire elemental, it should have been over. We should have been able to seal them away and make it so the element of fire was not holding dominion, but somehow we've been brought here.
This was the only structure for miles from that temple. You've been out for a while.
My apologies. The ritual was not a easy process.
So do you know where we are?
Well, my assumption can be that we are in the plane of fire, where the Fire Lord holds dominion. This is not a place for the living.
You know what this cold temple would be then in a world of fire?
I can only assume that this is one of the generals of the Fire Lord's army and his home, but why it would be cold, that is worrying.
Oh, so should we leave if, army general, we're in a place we're not supposed to be? How do we go back?
I'm not sure. Actually, arriving in the plane of fire in physical form is not something a shaman has ever been able to do. Harnessing the power of fire or earth or water is one thing, but actually going to the elemental planes should not be possible.
This isn't the first time we've ended up in a weird new place recently. I kind of wish it would stop happening.
It's just like an extended holiday.
We're on vacation from our vacation.
Involuntary vacation.
Yep.
Which just sounds like kidnapping.
It's my favorite kind of vacation. An involuntary one. Mazran struggles to his feet, inspects the sort of cold surroundings, and looks at you and, for the first time, looks stumped. He shrugs.
I guess we only have one way, and that's forward. Unless there was something we missed with that crystal back there.
Clubby has idea. What if we hit the crystal with a big boom, and then maybe we boom back like we came here?
Mazran scratches his the back of his neck, thinking. Depending on what the crystal is, it could possibly create enough of a magical power to send us back, but it would not be a reliable form of transportation. Who knows what effects it could have, and who knows where it could send us. But I suppose given enough time, I could perhaps harness the crystal's power to send us home.
I think we should see if there's anything here we can use, because this seems wrong.
I agree, we should loot the place.
I love Ghibli. Mazran...
He is the prettiest Murloc.
He is the prettiest Murloc. Everyone loves him. Mazran sort of looks unsure on how to breach the subject, but then says, I must admit it, as a shaman and studier of the elements, I'm curious as to what we might find here. This is an opportunity we should not waste.
I'm gonna dim my light. I know I still have like dark vision and stuff like that, so I don't really necessarily need the light right away. And I'm gonna start moving towards the door, trying to be stealthy and quiet.
Alright, is everyone trying to be stealthy, or is everyone just walking behind Bjergarissi hums the Mission Impossible theme to himself?
I definitely would like to be stealthy.
I don't know the meaning of stealth. So I guess I'll just wander around picking shit up. No, at the moment. Yeah, we can't hear you. At least I can't.
I also can't.
Yep, no sound right now.
Nope.
I wondered why it had gone awkwardly quiet. Well, I guess we have to entertain ourselves for a minute.
Today is a day of technical difficulties.
Ah, what a day.
Well,
What do you guys think is in there? I think maybe a different elemental that's in the fire world for some reason. I don't know why it would be here, but if it's cold, then maybe it's a nice one.
Why do I have a feeling it's going to be related to? Oh, I'm forgetting his name. I have it written down.
yes.
Labdon.
But that should have fixed. Yep, that's fixed it. Awesome. Basically, what I'd done is accidentally nudged the USB that has all of my audio device stuff, because I have like a filter and blah blah blah. I nudged that, so my whole computer was like, "Oh, it just doesn't exist anymore." It's like, no, it's not. No, computer, stop.
He's like, no, you do not exist.
Yep. And I was just like, thank you, computer. This is very helpful. Okay, so Bjerga rolled, yep, a fucking nat 20. Bloody hell, you're on fire today. Nat 20, 23, and a 10 stealth from Wormgo. I'd actually forgotten what the name was then. I am so good at this whole DMing thing. Yep, so you guys, as I said, hum the Mission Impossible theme to yourself. As you walk down towards the corridor. Again, this corridor is supposed to be, is clearly is built for something so much larger than you, so it almost feels like you're making zero progress as you walk. But yeah, eventually you do get to this small archway. Almost close enough to see what is inside. It is now once again up to you what you do. Thank you, Tavern Keeper.
I'm gonna sneakily peek in, see if I can perceive anything moving in there.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
A 2. Aha! Fantastic.
Used all my 20s.
So, Bjerga walks up to the archway, looks in. You see his entire body shudder, and when he turns around, his eyes are just dark pits of purple.
Oh.
This lasts only for a moment, and Bjerga, when you come to, you don't remember looking through.
I'm just confused. Being stubborn, I'd probably try again, but that's...
You could do that if you want.
I don't feel like any headache or anything like that, or...
Nope. You just have that tiny gap in your memory.
I'll turn around and say, what just happened?
You looked in the door and then you looked really scary.
I'm gonna roll a d20 real quick and see if I would... Maybe you should look. I'm gonna back off a little bit. If I look scary.
Can I poke my head through?
Of course you can. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Roll a d20, add your Constitution.
Let me see if this is saving throw or not.
Let's do. Come on, Betty.
Oh, it's an ability.
Fuck.
Not a saving throw.
A 9. The same thing happens to Giblig.
Well, I mean, Giblig's pretty simple, so he might literally just got bored halfway through looking through the door, so it doesn't
Does the eyes going purple or anything like that bring any kind of like magical thing for me or make me think of anything?
Nothing in particular. No. His like I said, just like you, his eyes turn into deep pits of purple. And when he comes to, he just has that little gap in his memory, as if he never looked in the door.
Is Malzaron close enough to be seeing all this, or is he still back?
Yeah, Mazaran's with you. He's kind of... He seems very distracted.
Because I could do something. I don't want to use my last spell slot for it. It seems something doesn't want us in here, and I don't know how or what it's doing.
Mazaran pulls out a small, what seems to be like a little fetish from one of his pockets in his robes, and says, "Try again, but hold this." And he hands you, like I said, this little carved wooden fetish. It has feathers in it, and it looks vaguely like a troll.
Well, maybe if it doesn't want us in there, maybe we should leave.
I love Wormgirl. Just like,
nonsense. Can I just straight up walk into the room?
Yeah, sure. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
This is all happening while I'm getting the fetish.
Yep.
That wasn't really any better.
A 12. Okay. So, Giblig just seems to steel himself for a moment and just thinks, right, fuck it. He walks through the archway, and you see him stop about, let's say, 2-3 feet beyond the archway. The light from the other side is bright enough at this stage that all you can see is the silhouette of Giblig staring upwards. I will tell you what you see in a moment, Giblig.
Okay.
How does everyone else react?
I have the fetish, so I'm gonna walk up behind him and look up because I just saw him look up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you walk in, you, for a moment, feel... You've never felt like something touched your brain before, but this feels like the gentle... This feels like the gentle sensation of almost like feathers just lightly wrapping around your mind. But for whatever reason, that feeling dissipates, you can assume because of the fetish. And yeah, the same thing happens from an outside perspective. Bjerga walks in, stands next to Giblig, probably gives him a look of like, the fuck is up with you? And then he looks upward and kind of stands very still.
Can I move or anything?
Yeah, but I'll explain what you see in a moment. Like I said, I just want to see how everyone reacts to this.
What's happening again? Someone's on the ceiling?
They're looking upwards. They've walked through the archway. The light in the room is bright enough that from outside looking in, they're just silhouettes. And yeah, they seem to have walked into the room with purpose and then suddenly stopped and stared upwards. Not directly upwards, just, looking upwards at something taller than them.
I guess maybe she'll peek her head, into the room.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Because they walked into that room, right?
Yeah. They walked through the archway and into the room.
Not a good roll.
Not a good roll. Wormgirl walks up to the archway. If you're stood at her side or anything like that, you can see her eyes fill with this endless purple, but she then walks through the archway and stands next to Gibblig and Bjerga.
I did? I just peeked my head in.
Yes.
Am I at all aware of this happening around me with the...
Yeah, you notice,
on
Wormgirl stand next to you, and you see that her eyes are just... She's not looking upward, she's just looking straight forward. And her eyes are just filled with this purple.
From that position, do Gibblig's eyes look filled with purple too?
No, Gibblig's fine. I will proceed, now that there's 3 of you in there, to tell you what you see. You are looking at a gigantic figure cloaked in flame and armor that seems to be made out of molten metal. For whatever reason, he is incapacitated. His giant arms or hands are balled into fists that just rest gently upon the metal floor. Inside the burning pit that is his head is a skull made out of pure rock and molten lava. And as you look around the room, you see these vast purple chains binding the giant creature into some kind of torpor.
I'd like to leave now, but I'm guessing Wormgirl can't. She seems to be doing things, being made to do things.
Give me another Constitution saving throw. Yep, Wormgirl comes to and sees all of this. But from Wormgirl's perspective, she walked towards the archway and now she stood in front of a giant made of fire and lava.
My God! What? Guys, what is? Huh?
I take it these chains are like huge, even compared to us. Like we wouldn't be able to just break them or anything.
They are not only
giant chains.
Not only are they giant, they are coming from multiple parts of the room. So some of them are coming from the ceiling itself, some from the walls. There doesn't seem to be an order or reason to them. They seem to be coming out of almost seemingly random darkness and binding this creature.
What?
This
Does anybody know what this is? I don't think we should be here. It looks very dangerous.
Would this be a general?
Mazaran's, you notice Mazaran is stood behind you. No. This is the Lord of Fire. This is Ragnaros.
Go!
This is
we can't,
not good.
We can't. I don't think we can fight the Lord of Fire. I think we should find another way out of here.
He doesn't really seem to care that we're here.
I don't think fighting is what's going to happen here. And I take it the chains are attached to the walls.
You haven't inspected the actual ends of the chains, so you'd have to go to where these chains seemingly originate from and inspect it. What's Globby doing, by the way?
Well, if it is the more staring up, and he'll I want to see, and he'll run in as well.
Yep, and this is what you see.
Okay, yeah.
I'll ask Mazaran if he has any more of the fetishes.
Mazaran weaves some magic within his hands, and you all feel that same just nice little warm glow about your bodies, and he just kind of gives you a nod to say that should be enough.
I take it this
So
room is
what does
massive.
that do?
It should protect you from whatever was clouding your minds.
Thankfully, Snaggle doesn't have a mind to cloud.
Yes, Snaggle's kind of just like, why is everyone being so serious? And he's just like licking his feet.
I'll give Snaggle a scritch, because he's a good dog.
Should we talk about what's going on somewhere else where this giant thing won't kill us?
Does it know that we're here?
It doesn't seem aware of anything. The stone skull seems to be tilted downwards as if it was looking at you, but it's kind of unclear to see if the thing is even actually alive. The chains bind it in a way that it barely moves. The fire that wreathes its body, or is its body, gently flickers and moves about its person, but this thing is showing no signs of awareness.
If I say hello to it, does it react?
It does not. But
Okay.
your hello does echo quite nicely across the room.
Well, that's nice.
It is
Can I do
still
it again
freezing
before- yeah.
cold, by the way. I just want to point that out as well.
Does it get warmer at all as we get closer to it, or no?
It gets warmer if you get real close. But only in that standing near a dying fire kind of warm, like embers.
Like cozy?
Yeah, nice and
Or is it
cozy.
too hot?
Nice cozy.
cozy's
It's a
good.
cozy level of warmth. It's that awkward thing though of standing right next to a fire is the front of you is nice and warm, but your ass is freezing cold.
Gonna warm up by him for just a second, and then I'm gonna start exploring the room,
Okay.
seeing if I can find out where these chains end. And
Yeah. What does everyone else do while Bjerg is exploring?
I'll put my light all the way back on, by the way,
Okay.
so people can see where I'm at.
Guess I could explore a different part of the room. Like, it's really big. We could split up.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to give me an investigation check then?
Sure. Nope. Okay, Bjerger knows things.
Well, so you all start just looking around the room, and one of the things you find, Wormgoat and Giblig, is there seems to be not littering the floor, but enough that they're noticeable once you look for them. These same crystals, but instead of being a bright
We found that was a
orange,
1 and a 0.
yeah,
You stepped on them like Legos, probably.
yeah, exactly.
Ah.
You kicked them and went ow, and then looked down and went, oh, cool. Instead of being that bright orange and red mix that the one you found at the altar was, these seem to be almost brown, like it's sort of just rock color.
How can I tell they're not just regular rocks?
Exactly, because they're carved.
Ah.
They're carved a little bit to look like crystals, or shaped like crystals in a way. But with your one investigation, yeah, these could just be rocks. Each one is cold to the touch when you pick it. And Bjerger, I assume you go to look at the chains, yeah?
Yeah, that's
So-
where I'd want to go first.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so you follow one of the chains, one in particular that is binding this creature's wrist. You follow it down to its point of origin, which is just off into the corner, and you notice that they aren't attached to the walls and floor. They actually disappear into a shadowy vortex.
That's not good.
And
sacred flame the void.
as you look into this void, you can start to hear just at the edge of your auditory range whispers telling you to move closer.
I do not. I grip the little fetish a little bit closer.
Yep. You are able to avoid the compulsion to jump on in.
Do I see any of those shards on the ground around me, or is it none of them near here?
Yeah, if you look around, you find a few dotted about.
I'm gonna pick up a couple of them and then go back to the group.
Okay. You guys all reconvene with a small handful of these crystals.
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna
rocks.
keep one.
Ghibli pockets one and no one notices.
Oh, I'm
Oh
carrying
god,
the
that's
two
gonna
that
come
I
up later,
picked up.
isn't it?
I don't know,
What?
maybe.
I'm totally keeping the 2 shards I just picked up as well.
Yep.
I take it there. How big are they? Out of curiosity.
They're pretty large, like in your hands. They're like, I'd say, 10 centimeters top to bottom, and about maybe 6 centimeters wide at their widest. But obviously they taper off as they reach the top and bottom.
Let's see. And it would take me a while to walk back outside the temple, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Maybe we should try lighting these on fire.
I second that. Does anyone know how to make fire?
Ow.
I mean, I was thinking go outside and dunk it in the fire, see if it does anything. Gauge.
Yeah.
Mazra, I just don't want to go alone because fire elemental versus me. I think I might lose.
You try call for help, and all people hear is a really distant.
Yeah.
There's a fire element. It's really bad, guys. It's really scary.
Yeah. I'm gonna start heading out with the couple shards that I have.
Okay. Who
After explaining what I was
follows?
thinking of doing.
Wormgirl is happy to leave.
Anyone else? What was that? Sorry, John, you cut off.
I'll go with him.
All right, and does Globby follow as well?
Yep.
All
Yep,
right.
yep.
Yeah, you guys get outside the temple and find one of these completely random ass fires that is burning with nothing, just kind of hanging about. How do you go about dunking them in the fire?
So just put him in the fire.
Okay. Yeah, so you... How many do you chuck into the fire?
I'll just chuck one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
See
chuck
what
one in.
happens with it.
Okay, so Ghibli and Bjerge each chuck a crystal into the fire, and the fire goes apeshit. Like, it wobbles like liquid, and then just spirals downwards into the 2 crystals until there's no fire left.
Do they look like they're glowing now, or anything?
They do not seem to have changed color now.
I'll go up and try touching one of them, see if it's warm.
It is warm.
Ah. I'll go throw it into another fire.
The same.
Not back into this one, but it's gonna be a different one.
Well, that fire's gone now.
Oh,
It absorbed the fire. Yeah. Yet the same thing happens, and the crystal does start to take on a slightly reddish, orangey hue.
Interesting. And these are smaller than the one at the platform, right? The Altar of Storms.
They're roughly the same size.
Okay. So I'm gonna go around and just start tossing these into random fires to see how bright I can get them to glow.
They only like grow in brightness like a little every time, but yeah, so Bjerger is slowly walking further and further away, just finding more and more fires and absorbing them with these crystals. What is everyone else up to while Bjerger's doing this?
I'm doing this with both my crystals now, just because
Okay.
I want them both glowing.
Yeah, they are growing in brightness with each fire that you toss them into. What's everyone else up to?
Gorby, seeing that the gem is like heating up, is just gonna put the metal side of his axe onto the fire, just like, oh, yeah, and just really
your axe starts to get warm.
Oh, it's good. I could do extra damage.
Are they getting significantly warmer?
Globby, you could have an inspiration for that. I'm sorry, that was golden. I love that.
Yeah. Awesome.
What was your question, Bjerger?
Are they getting warmer as I'm doing this as well? Like even warmer than before?
Yes, they are getting to a point now where they are almost too hot to handle.
Okay, then I'd stop at that point and just kind of like carry them with my shield.
Yeah, they are thrumming with a magical energy, and they are at this point quite prominently reddy orange.
Now what? We have portable fire?
I have an idea, but I don't like it. The chains went into these black portals. If we could release the fire in there, it might break the chains.
Why do we want to do that?
To restore balance. And I'll look at Mazaran.
Mazaran nods.
Wait, but when we tried to restore balance, fire came to fight us. Doesn't that mean there was too much fire? Why do we want more fire?
Perhaps
Maybe
it's that not that there is too much fire. It's that the element of fire is unaware of what's happening in their plane, and perhaps they are not able to return. And thus, it's not that there's too much of the element of fire, it's that there's too much of the element of fire on Azeroth.
I thought they thought we did this.
He
Maybe
shrugs.
we should find the water world and then flood Azeroth.
I think we already started doing that. Not in character.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I guess I'll start. Does anybody else have any seriously glowing shards, or am I the
Yeah, the only one.
shard bearer?
You're the shard bearer.
I guess.
Do we want to try to free him?
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's lots of reasons why not. But
I mean, what's the worst could happen?
Yeah, well,
squished?
burnt and squished, burnt, squished, and stabbed, burnt, squished, stabbed, and squished some more.
Wake up the Fire King and incinerated.
Boiled alive.
Who dares wake me up? Ow!
Too soon, Executus.
But yeah, let's go wake up the giant fiery monster.
All right,
I think we might need more of these, but
is the party in agreement?
Wormcole's outvoted.
I'm sorry, Wormgole.
All right, you guys.
She doesn't want to get murdered, but she agrees she can't think of anything else either.
All right, you guys return to where the Fire Lord is essentially imprisoned. You, Bjerga, walk up to this void where the chains are originating from. What do you do?
I throw one of the stones at the void, and right before it hits, I cast Sacred Flame on it.
On the
To try and
void or
explode.
the... Oh,
On
right,
the
you're trying to
crystal.
burst the crystal. Okay. Yeah, so you chuck the crystal, cast Sacred Flame, it shatters, and you will take... You will take 2 piercing damage as the shards erupt and some of them, scratch you. The rest, however, as they fire off in multiple directions, lodge themselves in these vast chains, and you can see them start to burn the strange metal. And eventually the shards themselves dig deep into the metal, and this chain shatters. And as it does, it dissipates as if it was made out of pure darkness. And that happens all the way up the chain, up to the Fire Lord's armored wrist. At which point the room starts to get significantly warmer.
Was that both chains that went down, or just the one?
That was one of dozens.
Ah.
But the room is continuing to heat up.
But is he showing any kind of like signs of movement or anything, or?
Yes. At first, it starts as just a twitch of his vast, almost claw-like, fiery fingers. The room gets to the point where it is no longer cold. It is almost unbearably, swelteringly hot. And this vast behemoth that was at first showing no signs of activity, suddenly the wrist thrusts upward and grabs one of the chains, and with a ear-piercing metal screech, it severs the chain, and the same thing happens, and the chain dissipates into darkness, and the creature gets more of its movement and eventually frees its other hand. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna start running towards the door and motioning people to go through the door.
Okay. Yeah. Does everyone start running?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can hear the entire temple or castle or whatever you want to call it is almost shaking with activity as you're running out towards the main door. Fires spring up like torches on the pillars and begin to light up the entire room. The doorways at the sides of this vast hallway suddenly fill with swirling, fiery portals at which various creatures emerge. Some looking like the fire elemental that you fought at the Altar of Storms. Some of them looking like vast lizard men wielding pitchforks and horns that stretch far above their heads. And you just hear a mighty roar as you hear from the room, "Freedom!"
I feel like we've made a mistake. Just a
Rumble
feeling.
has the moral victory. But,
We're all dead, but I win.
Now, are we going for the big door or just the little door into the hallway?
That's up to you guys.
Because I was originally just thinking go through the little door so he doesn't, like, stomp us whenever he first wakes up. Because, you know, whenever you wake up and you've been sitting on... Like, if you fall asleep on the toilet, your legs are completely asleep.
Wait, you fallen asleep on a toilet?
Yeah?
72-hour shifts.
Oh, right.
Not
oh,
sleeping.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's up to you guys. Do you guys make for the exit or just the exit of that room?
I think we should go for the whole exit, and then immediately try to figure out how to get out of here. Like, out of the world.
Well, there's a very quick way out of the world, but it also requires going out of existence.
That's not what I meant.
I don't like that idea.
As we're running out, I'm going to yell, "You're welcome!"
So yeah, are you guys just running for the exit?
Yeah? Can Murlocs run, or are we just, like, slapping along?
Well, yeah, you can run, but yeah, you will be slapping along because you're running on
Yeah.
you're running on hot metal. So there's probably a lot of because the whole temple is just growing hotter and hotter, especially as these various fire elementals of various shapes and sizes. Some of them are simply look like walking volcanoes, others just walking fires, and others, as I said, half snake men with deep red scales and pitchforks. As you exit the temple, you again hear the mighty booming voice, "Mortal insects in my realm." And
Be here, please help us out.
Mazaran seems to be channeling some kind of magic. As you make for the vast drawbridge out of the lava moat, that same Fire Lord that was in the room bursts forth from the lava, somehow bigger than he was before. And all that comes out of the lava is his essentially upper torso, and his arms and head, of course. He is wielding a vast hammer that is just covered in metal spikes, and he slams it down in front of the drawbridge ahead of you.
Cartoon stop time.
You say stealth time.
Stop time.
All right, I was like,
The cartoon
quickly
is like-
hide.
Everyone hitting the brakes and the little like smoke and screeching noises. Right.
Can we reason with it?
You don't know. It is simply staring down at you from almost hundreds of feet up. It has blocked your path.
I think Wurmble's actually going to be like, "We don't know how we got here and we'd like to leave, so, I promise it wasn't on purpose. Can you help us leave?"
Leave. Leave my realm. Leave.
Yes, we want to do that.
Perfection.
What? I thought you didn't want us here. I'm gonna stop now.
He chuckles, which mostly just sounds like a mountain moving. And you notice that several of these snake-like men have now flanked your where you came from. And for one, Mazaran looks terrified. But the vast creature lets go of his hammer and leaves it blocking your path before the fire from within him starts to swirl downwards, and eventually he is the same size as you. He wears a metal chest plate that is clearly barely staying solid with the heat, and similar arm plates. His head is flanked with an almost crown of flame, and he folds his arms. Mortal insects in my realm. Even I, Ragnaros, would never expect it to be freed from the old god's control by such puny creatures.
I take exception to that, but I won't mention anything. I'm about to, and I realize, oh shit, that's a bad idea. You're welcome.
If his stone skull could smile, it would. You have done me a service, and for that I will not smite you. What is it you desire in my realm?
Can I call like a team huddle just in front of him, where we just huddle around?
Absolutely, as long as you
Okay.
say to him that you want a team huddle.
Can I have a team huddle, please?
He nods.
Okay. I'm not actually sure why we're here.
Something about fixing the elements?
Yeah, we were
Well,
here to
that-
restore balance.
But why were we here though? Like we killed that thing in the temple, and then we ended up here.
I mean, maybe Mazaran should talk
I'm
about
gonna
it.
look at
Yeah.
Mazran and say, were other elements off balance?
I was not sure which element was in flux. I only knew that there was a strange magical energy, and I knew it was something to do with the elements in this area. I was not aware that it was specifically the element of fire.
Could something be attacking all the elements?
The elements are always at war. There are people that would try to control them, but I would not know of someone so powerful as to bind the Fire Lord.
I mean, maybe we could just tell him that we were trying to fix stuff on Azeroth, and then we just ended up here. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
but
what
he's offering
happened.
us something. We should probably decide what we want from him. Right? We need to get something shiny out of this.
I want to go home.
I'm gonna just break from the group, take out a piece of jerky, walk up to him, and say, we were fixing something that seemed wrong, and we just want to go home, and I'll hand him a piece of jerky.
He takes the jerky, and it obviously immediately incinerates in his hand. If he could look disappointed, he is. You simply wish to leave. You have freed one of the most powerful beings on Azeroth, and you simply wish to leave. Should I be insulted by your ingratitude?
I mean, we'll
What?
take some stuff if you got it.
Yeah, I'm down for some loot.
You!
Loot is
He points
fine.
to Giblig.
Oh, God,
Step,
no.
step forward.
Okay. Hi.
Show me your weapon.
For a brief period, I'm tempted to get my dick out, but I won't. I just show him my halberd.
He waves his hand, and your halberd, along the neck of it, this long, beautiful piece of silken, like a scarf, distends from it.
Nice.
It is, again, patterned like fire and flame, because of course it is. And the head of your halberd, that sounds so weird, grows sharper and is clearly made of a metal that you've not experienced. I assume the halberd was probably made out of flinted stone before.
Yeah, I would probably just made out of crap I found on the beach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mr. Giant Fireman.
He then points to Globby. Step forward.
What do you want? What do you want?
Globby's got balls, man. Show
Globby is
me.
the opposite of Wormgul.
Yep. Show me your weapon.
Only if you don't take it, because this took a long time to make. And then he shows him his great axe.
He chuckles. And a similar thing happens from the neck of the great axe. This long piece of silken scarf or ribbon distends. Instead of waving like free, it wraps around the handle of the axe, and a similar thing happens to the head of the axe. It sharpens and is made out of this molten metal. And yeah, just for reference, what that means is that both you and Giblig have magical weapons. It has a +1 to hit, and also does an additional 1d4 fire damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. He then points to Wormgul. Step forward.
He just like shuffles forward a little bit.
The being actually kneels down to you to get as close to your level as it can. It is still way taller than
God.
you. If it could make eye contact, because again, this thing has no eyes, just a fiery skull, it just stares at you for a while, an almost uncomfortable length, and then says, "There is fire in your soul, cowardly one. You could be a great warrior."
Is that literal?
He does not answer that question. He again waves his hand, and the cloak that you wear is briefly wreathed in flames, and for a brief second, Wormgul disappears and then
Oh, shit.
reappears. Her cloak is still mostly black, but it is, you can see this faint glow of an almost golden thread weaving the fabric together. And Wormgul, you have received a teleportation cloak. Once
Ooh.
per long rest, you can teleport 20 feet.
Neat.
As long as you can see your where you're teleporting to.
Yeah, is there like a distance restriction?
20 feet.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you said that.
It's
My brain-
alright. But yeah, as long as you can see where you're going, it doesn't matter what's in between you and your objective. But yeah, you now have this teleportation cloak. And then finally he points to Bjerga. Step forward.
I I'll step forward, but I'm gonna make sure that my little glowy thing is glowing fairly bright.
Is Bjerga trying to intimidate Ragnaros?
No,
Um,
I don't want anything but knowledge.
you seek balance of the elements. You are inherently in conflict with my own objectives.
I am also in conflict with the objectives of your enemies.
A taste of the power that fire can wield. And he waves his hand, and you now have the mage fireball spell.
Fireball?
I'll find the specific spell, but you are now able to cast a fiery blast, essentially.
Sweet.
Yep. And Snaggle, he just strokes.
Good snaggle.
And for Mazaran, he hands him a tome that seemingly appears from nowhere. And with that, he turns around, gestures towards the giant hammer, and a portal appears that mostly just looks like a big fire. Step through the portal. You will return to your realm.
I will start walking towards it, but I won't go quite through until everybody else is through.
But be warned, mortals. Return to my realm at your own peril. Your kindness has been paid.
Noted. And she's gonna go for the portal.
Cool, thanks for the threat before we leave. Bye.
I'll just say hopefully we won't have to return. But I'll say that after everybody's gotten through, and then I'll step through.
Oh, Bjerga's got to have that cool anime line as he leaves.
Does anyone else remember Santa being that angry last time?
What?
I gave you presents. Never come to the North Pole, fuckface.
Do Murlocs have Christmas?
My Murloc has Christmas, and that's good enough.
His halberd told him about it.
Yes.
Oh, you
I
invented
keep
Santa?
forgetting. I keep forgetting my halberd can talk.
No, you keep forgetting that Gibbling is psychotic and thinks his halberd can talk.
The halberd can talk.
Yeah, so does everyone step through the portal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a flash of fiery light, you reawaken in the now restored Altar of Storms.
Hey, let's never do that again.
I have a feeling it won't be the last time.
I hope there's no fire inside of me. Wouldn't that kill someone?
Calling you hot.
Oh.
I love this group. This is great.
Well, I'll tell you about it. He's this giant rock man that's been trapped in this fire dimension for eons. He probably doesn't see many women very often. You know, it was a chance to get his flirt on.
Damn, that Murloc is fine!
Well, he doesn't look
could
very
say-
much like a Murloc, so I don't know if I agree.
I don't know, I thought he was pretty hot.
But
Next time, sorry.
maybe if a big scary rock man tells me to be braver, I feel like if I don't listen to that, he's going to hurt me. So
You're going to be braver out of fear.
I'll try.
Afraid to be afraid! Damn it!
Also, if we ever meet him again, we've got to try flirting with him. Just.
Don't worry, he will have as anime a reaction as I can think of. He'll like put his hands on his cheeks and do that weird like hip spinning thing, like, you think pretty!
Start boosting charisma now. Become the bard. He is your dragon.
It's time to multi-class. You also notice, just to ignore the frivolity for a moment, that Mazaran is not with you.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we need him. Or they're
We
gonna.
lost him. The mayor's gonna kill us.
We could just say he died. Like, we should look around for a bit to make sure he hasn't run off or anything. But if he didn't come through the portal with us, we should tell him he died.
If I touch the dais, does anything happen?
Yes. Let me explain. You notice some fresh runes have been carved upon the dais. At first, you don't understand them, but then, as they light up with just the tiniest hint of fire, they morph, and you are eventually able to understand them. And it just simply says, "Thank you. Went home, Maz."
Aw, he went home. Hopefully
Wait.
we'll see him again.
We still have to tell, like, the guards where he went.
He went home. He's no longer here. He doesn't live here.
I suppose, yeah.
Just say he took a swim and never came back.
I like that.
I assume that would be what our thing of take a walk and never come back would be.
Four creatures of a race you've never encountered before come and take one of your prisoners to get his business sorted, and then they come back and you're like, "What happened?" And he's like, "We ate him. We drowned him." It's like, oh, okay.
He tasted crunchy.
I liked the tusks the best. All right, guys, what do you do?
I guess we head back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna carve "See you soon" like in very crude Murloc on the side of the.
Fantastic. I'm okay with that. It's like Bjerga's like, hold on a minute, guys, I'll be there in a second. Alright, you guys head back to Rockard. It doesn't take long. The guards greet you with the same level of distaste that they treated you with the last time you were here. You were escorted to the mayor's office, and you stand before him, slightly swankier than you did before. And he just stands waiting for an explanation.
Job's done.
Job's done.
Go away home.
Can't build there. And you expect me to believe that?
Do you see him around?
Well, as long as he's not one of my problems anymore, then I see no issue with it. And if you assure me that he is no longer in the Black Morass, then I can uphold my end of the bargain and arrange for transport to Rockshire to see Karazhan.
The Black Morass is less troll ass.
Da 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 da. Woo! Okay, and we will end it there for today. Cause Elliot has to get up early tomorrow, and yeah. So you guys got some cool new weapons. You met Ragnaros. You know, what other cameos can I fit into a session of all the characters in WoW that I like? Who knows?
Ragnaros told Wormgold to be braver.
Yes, he did. Be braver or I'll kill you!
Believe in yourself, damn it!
Yeah. Hopefully you all had a good session as always. And hopefully we'll be able to play next week. If not, we will sort something out. Yeah. Y'all have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I will find specifically the spell that you have, and then I'll message you after the session. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You guys all have a terrific week, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Yeah, man.
Toodly woodly.
Toodly
Cheers,
widdly.
then.
All right, guys. Thank you to anyone that popped in to watch. You're all absolute stars. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the story so far, and hopefully tune in for next episode. All right. Bye. I'm out of here.